Sixth Street it does detail the South by Southwest experience, and that's usually the story that I tell on stage because that's the simplest one to talk about. But the complexity behind that song kind of reaches into the way that people treat each other, basically. So I had this experience where I was at a gas station and the screen where I was trying to read to pump gas was slashed through, probably with a knife or something. It was pretty crazy. And so I went in and I was like, hey, I couldn't really read the screen. There's a slash in it. Can I pay here? And the lady just kind of, she must have had a horrible day or something because she was so tired of my crap already. She just rolled her eyes and she was giving me crap about it. And we were kind of taking a while because I couldn't find my wallet anywhere. So I was trying to find it, and I knew I'd brought it in. I took forever finding my card, and I gave it to her. And by the time I did, there was this huge line behind me, maybe 4 or 5 people, just all trying to buy snacks and stuff. And I put my credit card on the counter, dropped my wallet on the ground. I was like, crap. Reached down to pick up my wallet, and I saw her hands push my credit card off the counter, and it hit me in the face and fell on the ground. The guy in the line was just oh my gosh, hurry up. So I got really overwhelmed in that moment. It was totally social anxiety going on. I tried to pay as quick as I could and then just ran out the door basically. And it seems every time I tell that story, it just seems less and less of a big deal than it did at the time. But I still remember that, that's what I took away from that situation. It wasn't just this mean old gas pumping situation. It was no, that really was traumatizing for me at least. It was just such an overwhelming feeling that I was just messing up everything I was doing, and there were people upset at me who I'd never met before, and that really stresses me out. So I just ended up throwing that feeling into the song, and that was after I'd felt so beat up after the noise and chaos and craziness that went down at South by. I had to put it somewhere. So when I went home, I just threw all those feelings into the song, and it ended up kind of being about the domino effect that you create once you walk into the door with a certain attitude. The way that you feel can really influence the way that everybody else feels in the room, and you don't even have to say a word. It's just this thing that we people have, where we just pick up on other people's things and absorb it into how we feel that day. And you can really mess up a chain of events that way. You can really mangle with fate just by having a horrible attitude one day. So I try to remember that situation more or less in a positive light because I took something away from it. I took away this idea that if I have the ability to change the future just by smiling at somebody or being kind to somebody. That's all it takes. And I think that's the easiest thing you can do is be kind to somebody.